So, hello everyone, my name is Prasenjeet Anand and this is third part of the series. So previously we talked about little bit about the UI and now we are going to talk about a little bit more. So create the new scene, new, so and choose the layout lighting. So our UI will be match. So now I am using right now Katana 7.0, but there are latest version are available. You can download them from Katana website and start. So to create any nodes or any object on the viewer to render, we have to press tab in the node graph, like this mouse cursor hover on the tab and then press tab button, and you can to create any kind of object we can type primitive, so primi. So there is a node called primitive create. So with this node we can create a cube or genome, means multiple kind of objects already exist in Katana, no new object. So but it is not visible right now in the viewer. The reason is we actually are not viewing the nodes. To view the nodes, we can click on the left hand side box. If I zoom in, you can see here uh, by space bar you can maximize any of the tabs. So if I go to the parameter and press space bar, you can see this tab is maximized. So by pressing space bar you can maximize any tab. So I want to maximize my node graph, so I will click on the node graph and press space bar. So in this node you can see here there is one box here and another box here. So if I click on this box, you can see the color is blue. So always left side box will be blue color and the right side box means green color. Why two colors and two different boxes? So wherever this box is located, our scene graph will evaluate it from there only. And the green box means parameter visible of this. So if I have multiple nodes, suppose will take one more primitive create, or I will take gaffer. Don't take too much pressure what is this node. We will come in the later videos. So if I click here, you can see the right now green on the gaffer node, so it is showing parameter for both node, like for gaffer node. What if you want to view parameter for both node? So hold down shift and then click here, so like that. But we can view multiple nodes, but I have faced problem because it is evaluating multiple nodes and so in sceneGraph and you get confused. So the best habit is to evaluate single node at once, and you can view multiple parameter, there is no harm, but it is good to view a single node. So I'm repeating it again. So blue means how your scene graph is evaluated, but still this the polysphere is not visible in the viewer. The reason is Katana don't load anything in the viewer until or unless you open them on the scene graph. So if I go to root node, so here you can, in the primitive create, you can see the address. It is this primitive is under the root world geo and primitives. So if I go, the moment I turn on this and see the primitive here, you can see this is fair. So the reason of this is, it is now right now you're thinking why I need whole scene, but when you're lighting and debugging things, you don't need to see this hardware view all the time. You are just rendering, and it will make your scene very fast. Suppose you have a very huge environment with lots of cities, building, trees, road, dustbin, more many stuffs you have in your scene. So the if you have everything loaded in the viewer, it means it is loaded in the RAM. So you want or don't want, unnecessary though the stuffs are on the loaded on the RAM. So like that we can, like Katana, handle the scene. So if we have multiple primitives, so I will take this node, control C, control V. I can have multiple primitive, and I will merge all this, tab merge, and I can merge all these nodes here. So like that. So when I do blue flag here, you can see this is still showing one primitive only, but we have multiple primitive. The reason is you can think that okay, this is polysphere, maybe one polysphere over, so I can transform two, but happening nothing. I can come here, I can press two. Okay, maybe you are thinking that okay, this is polysphere maybe, so I can change here to torus and this one to teapot, but still it is not showing. The reason is Katana work on the scene graph location and the attributes, and right now all three primitive have same scene graph location, that is primitive. So to create a separate scene graph location, we have to rename it. So if I come here primitive and type 2, you will see that another primitive is created. Here I can type 2 again. Sorry, so it is overridden by teapot, so I will type here 3. Bam. So we have our multiple objects ready. Similarly, if you want, no, I want this, I want one more hierarchy here, so I can type here like slash a. So right now you can see that this primitive 3 become a group, and our polymesh transfer into this teapots. Like I know this is little bit confusing, but the slowly you practice it more, you can habituate of that. It means the last name of this name is become the name of the primitive, and all the previous thing are become the component or group of that polymesh. Now we will come to the to this pad viewer. So right now how viewer means we can change the view. So it click on the perspective, we can go to the top view, we can have front view, side view. So from this button we can switch to move any object. You can click here, and all the gizmo are here. So W for translation, and E for rotation, and R for scale. So right, if I want to move here, so it is moving. But in the node graph you can see here something called make interactive. If I make it no, you cannot move this object. It means we can move from here of course, but we cannot move using this node. So to interactive move anything, we can select and yes. So right now we can move. Then other thing is viewer pickable. So if I make it no, so we cannot select, like you can see if I click here it is not selecting. We can select this. Still we can click here and select this object and move, but in the viewer we cannot select the teapot. So like that we have multiple things. To select faces anything on the viewer, you can go to the other things are here, like click on the select the object, click on the faces. Right now you can select the faces, but you cannot extrude or like rotate the faces. Like this selecting phase have separated different kind of function. Like we can select faces, we can create a group of those faces, and we can assign different kind of material. Of course those things will the part of a later video, but like that we can work in Katana. So in Katana you cannot edit the mesh because it is a look development and lighting tool. How you navigate in this viewport? So if you hold down middle mouse button and move, you can pan. If you hold alt and left click, you can rotate around the object. If you right click, you can zoom in, zoom out, and with the scroll you can still do zoom in, zoom out in the step manner. So alt, left click for this thing, middle mouse button for pan, and right click for zoom in, zoom out. So this is easy. Same thing in the node graph, middle mouse button for pan, scroll for zoom in, zoom out. I think it is same thing in all the panel. So right now we are going to customize our workspace in the Katana. So you, as you see here, previously I have this in the first video I got confused what layout I use, because I have my own custom layout of Katana. So how you can create? So let's suppose you have come from the Maya and you want to replicate a little bit like Maya kind of interface. So how you can do that? So in Maya, I remember that timeline in the bottom. Okay, it is here. A scene graph in the right. So I will pick the scene graph and put in the left, completely right. Pick the monitor here. I want a node graph in the below, so I will put it because Maya don't have node graph thing. Attribute on the this panel, performance node here, and this node also here. So it is little bit like a Maya kind of thing, like in. So we have scene graph here. We can put this scene explorer here, and right now we have two all the things. It is similar like Maya. So we have parameter tabs here, and now you want to save this layout. It is not recommended because this is very bad layout. I don't like it, but if you want to create your own like this, you can create, and we have to save this. So save current layout, type here Maya, and save it. So I will not going to save this thing because I don't like Maya kind of interface. But I hope you feel more confident about navigating in Katana. In the next video, we are going to import objects and Alembic, not a object, Katana mostly support Alembic file. So we are going to import Alembic from Blender or any other software, and we will let you know how you can set up your very basic scene, and we will get understand the scene graph a little bit more better. We will exporting those, we will arrange those Alembic file in a way so we can create our own scene in Katana, and we will start building those things. So let's wait for the next tutorial.